Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. Oh, it's just so good to be back. I've missed you all so much. I hope you can hear the happiness in my voice as I bring you my first new episode. Well, besides the HG episode yesterday. Hello. Thank you for everybody for watching that. But my first episode back after being away for a bit. Thank you guys so much for all the well wishes. I'm so much better. I hope you can hear it in my voice. I'm so happy. I'm happy to be back and I've missed you. I really have. I have been reading your comments. I'm just not able to respond, but thank you so much. You fill up this lady goose with so much just love and hugs, and you just make every day better. So a huge honk honk, and thank you to you all. Now, you guys, it's happening. The downfall is happening. I know. I think HG said, like, this may not be it. This is it. I'm telling you. I shushed him before. I'll shush him again. Don't worry. But guys, it's happening. We're seeing the downfall of the dastardly duo. About darn time. They deserve it so much. They've brought this upon themselves. I've been talking about this for years now, and I'm just so excited to get into this with you all today. But first, I have to say, did you watch my yesterday video? Did you love it? Thank you for all the kind comments. If you didn't, please go watch it. I sit down with HG Tutor. He actually answers some of our personal questions, and he's such a good sport, and I had so much fun talking to him. Thank you to all the lovely comments you left, and of course, I did a sit down on his channel, so please go check that out if you haven't already, and vote for me. What do I mean? Well, he is he's having some of his YouTube friends talk about if they ruled certain places, what would that be like? You kind of get an insight into yours truly, and then you can vote on if you'd live there. You want to live there. Hint, there's flourless chocolate cake. You want to live there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, everybody who's left me such wonderful comments. Now let's get into this. Oh, it's time to talk about it. My new favorite reading material. That's right, The Hollywood Reporter. I know you know what I'm talking about, but we're going to talk about it because it is delicious and so well deserved. Everybody, get your tea ready and get ready to smile. Why Hollywood keeps quitting on Harry and Meghan. You might see a headline like that and think, well, that's par for the course. They can't stick with anything and turn over all their staff. There's probably not much to this article. And while it is brief, it is juicy. Let's take a read and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts on this because I have so many thoughts on this. So we kick off with a discussion of that latest one to leave. You remember Josh Kettler. He just was like, nope, I'm out before this latest disaster PR trip to Colombia. Oh, it's just so delicious. Okay, so he left, and these two are scrambling even more than they already do. And then, of course, nothing's ever their fault. So they put out some statement like, oh, he was just temporary. I mean, we named him chief of staff, but it was just temporary. It was always meant that he would only stay for a couple months and then jet out right before we jet out for Colombia to make complete and total fools of ourselves. This article takes it upon itself to remind us all of the, say it with me, Sussex Survivors Club. I love that. So remember, we know this was originally coined to talk about all the people that have turned over from their employment. This isn't just normal, churn, as they say. Yes, I worked corporate job for a long time. This isn't normal churn. You don't lose that many people that quick and not have severe problems, right, going on. I mean, we've seen it. Those two and their work ethic. I mean, what was that guy's name? I love him. Bill Simmons? That called them lazy effing grifters. I can just imagine. And the laziest of lazy, not willing to follow through on anything with the worst ideas ever. And sounds like a lot of yelling. So what a nightmare. Who wants to work there? Before Kettler, it sounds like there was somebody named Toya, who was their global press secretary. And let's see, Christine. I don't need to name all these people. Pinterest communications director. Oh, okay. I was like, do they have a Pinterest? I find really funny. That's where I get some of these crazy pictures of Meghan, by the way. There are whole Pinterests devoted to her making crazy faces and sticking her tongue out. Take a look. I'm not making this up. Samantha Cohen, we know over and over, people leaving. Can't imagine why. Oh, wait, I can. Oh, and anytime I have to remind you all of this, I will. Remember in Dum Dum's book, Spare? He tried to say people were laying their heads down on their desks and crying because they were so worried about him and William's relationship. No, dum-dum, way to spin it. That's not what it was. People don't care about your sibling relationship. They care if they're being respected at work or not. That is just something that a couple of narcissists like yourselves would say. Oh, but HG says that Harry's not a narcissist. I don't know. Maybe he's right. I don't know. I have my suspicions. Right, before that it was Kelly, and before that, let's see, so many. What have there been, like 18 at least? Those are the ones we're aware of. I want to know, who do we not know about? What stories don't we know? I want to get together at the next Sussex Survivor Club meeting. I feel like I've earned it. I feel like we've earned it for talking about this so long. I've been screaming this from the rooftop, telling anybody to listen, hey, this is really bad. They're bad news. I know you guys know it, but I'm just so glad more people are saying it. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? Sources tell Rambling Reporter Morgan stopped repping them around 2020 because the Sussexes stopped paying Sunshine Sachs for its services, though the PR firm denies that that was the case. Other members of the Sussex Survivor Club involve Catherine St. Laurent, great name, who lasted a year as the head of their charity. Can we put that in parentheses? Charity. As a head of Archwell COO, let's see, content chief Ben Browning, and marketing chief Farrah Taylor. I don't need to say all these names. A lot of people have left. I wonder why. Can't imagine. For the best part of the article. Yeah, me too. Why'd they all leave? What explains the churn? Oh, they said churn too. See, I am corporate. Look at me. Okay. Oh, God. It all just came rushing back. All right. Everyone's terrified of Meghan, claims a source close to the couple. Who's the source? I want to know. Usually when you see source, you know it's probably Meghan, especially when it's like People Magazine. Oh, by the way, sounds like the source is also Harry. How about that screw up, People Magazine? That's hilarious. Anyway, I mean, I'm not shocked, but I think it's hilarious. Let's see. Best part. Claims a source close to the couple. She belittles people. Where have we seen that over and over and over? She doesn't take advice. Not a shocker. Again, that's where HG and the narcissist thing, he does a good job of explaining that. They're both poor decision makers. What? You mean everything that they do, they don't, everything they touch turns to you know what, and they don't follow through with, and yeah. They change their minds frequently. Again, exactly as I was saying. Harry is very, very, I don't know about this. Okay, according to this person, Harry's a very charming person. No airs at all. I don't know about that. I'm gonna disagree. What sticks out as soon as I read that is, do you remember he punched that, maybe punch is too strong a word, but I see a balled up fist and I call it a punch. He hit that photographer. I mean, this is just within the last couple months when he was going to court. In my opinion, he pretended like the photographer got in the way. Look at the photographer's face. He's just as surprised as the rest of us. He's just trying to get his picture. Harry's a dick. He doesn't want to go in the back door. He wants the picture, but he also is confused and angry for no reason at the press. Okay. Let's see. No airs at all, but he's very much an enabler. And she's just terrible. Oh, that is chef's kiss. She's just terrible. That should be the name of the next book written about it. I'm going to name this episode that. I'm making a note. Sometimes I get struck with inspiration for the thumbnail mid-record. She's just terrible. 2018, Markle's treatment of 2 royal aides prompted Buckingham Palace to investigate that one for, quote, bullying behavior. Though the results of the inquiry were never released. Oh, I know. I've been talking about it a lot. I just did a compilation video where I went into it. A lot of you had strong opinions on that. I get it. Of course, we always want to protect the victims. I'm not looking for any names or identifying details on anybody. I am more curious about exactly what went on. That's what I want to know. I'm interested in the facts, not speculation. Just the facts, ma'am. No, that, you know me. I just want to know what happened so we can make our own opinion. I have my opinion, and those two are terrible. That's my opinion. Okay. The results of the inquiry were never released. Markle denounced the effort as a, quote, calculated smear campaign. It's never their fault, is it? I've talked about this at length. It's never their fault. So who will they blame for all of this? Whose fault is it now? Whose fault is all of this? Whose fault is it that they, went on Oprah and bashed the family? Whose fault is it that he continued, he wrote those terrible things in Spare? Whose fault is it that they continue to go after Catherine, Princess of Wales? I'm going to make a separate video on the sewer squad, the lemon rats, whatever you want to call them, because they are so out of hand right now. It is wild. Spoiler alert, I had someone call me a whore on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw it. Because I dared say, I can't even remember what I said. Something like, that those two are awful because they tried to upstage Catherine when she released her video. Something like that. I'll make a separate video on it. Just know they are climbing out of the woodwork. Is that the expression? Crawling out of the woodwork? That's it. Sorry, cold medicine still. Crawling out of the woodwork, and they are everywhere. And they are trying to convince us that poor Maggie Poo's the victim, that we're the Eastwards again. It's all back. It's all back. And it's, hilarious to watch. They must have gotten paid recently because they're back in full force. Have you guys seen it? Let me know in the comments. And I look forward to the comments saying that that I just want Harry. Okay. Where do we leave off? Calculated smear campaign. I mean, could we play victim any more than that? Again, whose fault is this going to be? It's so ridiculous. They criticized the royal family extensively. And again, painting themselves as victims of an outdated and eastward institution. However, their actions over and over again, I mean, you can't blame anybody else. They're terrible, terrible people. This is what I've been screaming. You guys know this. I'm just so over this victim narrative. Who will they blame for their perceived grievances? Their pattern suggests they just, I don't know, what's next? It's usually the media. I mean, what? I don't know. YouTubers? I mean, that's been the case. Who else? Whose fault is this? It's never theirs. Whose fault is it that they're terrible to their staff and they can't keep anybody? She's going to blame her dad. I'm not making light of it. I think it's terrible the way she treats her dad. You know that. I've been over that. But I'm saying, I suspect she's not saying anything about him until, God forbid, he passes. But I just wonder, with all this smoke and fire buildup, she's going to have to play a huge victim card. She tried the ist thing and that didn't work out. So what next? It's going to be some sort of, you know where I'm going with that. Yeah, some sort of big old victim card. And I'm trying to figure out where it's going to come from. So all of a sudden her dad popped into my mind. She's going to blame him for some things. And it's disgusting. I don't even like talking about it. It's just my opinion that that's what we're going to see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong on this one, actually. But some of the couple's stateside staff members also reserve special bile for Markle. So again, where there's smoke, there's fire. Enough people come forward, you got to figure there's a problem. How many people are out, trashing Catherine or William or, Princess Anne? You don't really hear about it. I'm not saying everything's sunshine and roses. I'm sure, you work anywhere, you're going to have issues, but you just don't see it. But with Meghan, you see it, and Harry, you see it over and over and over again. So again, who are they going to blame? Let's see. So stateside staff members also reserve special bile for Markle, whose reported penchant for noisy tantrums and angry 5 a.m. emails has earned her the in-house moniker, quote, Duchess Difficult. I think that's putting it too nicely. And she probably likes it because she still gets that damn title thrown in there. Quote, she's absolutely relentless, says one source. Please tell us more. I need to know more. I believe this to be the case. I can see it in all of her actions and all the things that I've read. And again, covering this for years, I know this. But I would love to know, again, this is where I want more details. I want to know exactly what we don't know. That's the part that fascinates me. I want to know what we don't know. What else has she done? What other awful things don't we know about? Because I feel like there is so much there. We haven't even scratched the surface, is my guess. She marches around like a dictator in high heels, fuming and barking orders. I've watched her reduce grown men to tears. And my first instinct, and probably yours, is to say, why? Why does anybody put up with that? And I do think like that. But I've also been there. I have not worked for somebody exactly like Meghan, but I have worked for Narcissist before. And it is, I've talked to you guys about this. It's hard. And you you internalize it, and then you feel like you're stuck, and maybe it's a position you've worked your way up to. I'm not saying working for them, but I'm saying I understand it when they were the royal family. These aides have worked their way up, and they thought they were getting this great position, or it's a stepping stone towards something else, and they've spent a lifetime working their way through these positions and stuff. So it's not as easy as just F you, I'm out. It's not like, I don't know, walking out of Target or something. I get it, but I don't get it because it's like, I don't know. Okay, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but again, cold medicine, and I'm truthful here, so I'm going to be truthful with you all. It's like Scientology. I understand, I don't know, 20 years ago, if you didn't know what it was, and you thought, I do want to be better at whatever, public speaking, whatever the promise is. But then you start to learn more about it. And don't you go, what? They believe what? They're doing what? What's going on? And then nowadays, if somebody says that word, if you're like me, I get a shiver down my spine. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to talk about it. So that's why I'm not really talking about it. But you get the idea. So again, it's well known. It's not a secret. So same with these two. It's well known. It's not a secret. So why, oh, why do people still want to work with them? And why, oh, why does anybody put up with them? And I think about the people that do want to go work with them. Full on, whatever you want to call it, lemon rats, right? Sugars, whatever, sewer squad, whatever we're calling them this week, whores. I don't know. That's what they called me. That's the only reason I say that. I actually don't even love that word, but it's just, that's what they called me. So there you go. I do love that word. That's a lie. Okay, spoiler, because I'm going to go into another video. Somebody called me an English whore, and I found that so funny, and I said, I'm an American whore. Get it right. Anyway, where was I going? Doesn't matter. Oh, no, I do know. Okay. It does matter. So why now? It's got to be her, I don't know, team Meghan and Harry that are going to work with them, right? Like you and I would never go work with them. So it's got to be team Harry and Meghan. So you're telling me that to her own people, if you will, her own fans, whatever, people that want to work with her, she's doing this as well. It's not that I'm surprised. I mean, obviously, he did it to his own grandma, so there's nobody off limits, apparently. But I'm saying that is wild to me. It's wild that anybody wants to go work with them. It's wild that anybody's still surprised. And it's wild that even to they seem to love to be horrible to family, but even to their own fans, if you will, I don't know what else to call them, they're like this. It's awful, and I know there's NDAs, but my gosh, I want them to speak out. We're gonna read this part, and then I'm gonna tell you some more of my thoughts because I have so many, and I've missed you all, and it's been like, I don't know, a couple weeks worth of thoughts brewing in my head. So their unsparing, oh, I see what you did there, portrait of her is a marked contrast to the kinder, gentler image that Meghan has been painting of herself. Of course it is. It's the same thing they do with their marriage. We hear reports that he's got another place and, they don't even live together, whatever it is. We hear all the same stuff. They look like they can't stand each other anymore, but we hear those reports. And then they go out and they pretend to be all loved up in Griftis. I am curious to see at the next event if they'll do that because these country visits that they've been doing, whatever, I wouldn't even call them world tours. These vacations they've been doing and taking pictures, they look like they hate each other now, and it's so fun to watch. Okay. But yeah, so she's been out painting herself kinder and gentler, but it's not working. We've all can see through it. We all have eyeballs and brains. We know. I'm just so glad the rest of the people are seeing through it as well. Let's see. The former, I won't even say that. That one has become an ardent admirer of Brene Brown. Now, I'm familiar with Brene Brown. I have not read any of her stuff, and I don't care to, especially if that one is endorsing her. No thanks. But apparently, she urges readers to cultivate gratitude and joy in their life. So that explains why Meghan said, chapter of joy. God, can you think of anything more generic? I mean, it's not even that I'm surprised. This is the same one that sends out jars of jam to get attention for herself. I thought the parking lot walks were low. That jars of jam stuff is really hilariously low. Anyway, so she's trying to, pretend to be grateful for all aspects. Too bad. Yeah, I don't think she has it in her. I don't think she'll ever be grateful for anything. They were with the royal family, and they couldn't be grateful. They couldn't even appreciate what they had. They're so busy spinning tales and pretending like, oh, we just want to do good and we want privacy and all this shit. They had the best platform to do all that if that's actually what they want to do. It's not. It's not. Let's see. It says a recent episode of Archetypes. What are we talking about there? What recent episode? There are no recent episodes. We heard that it was going to that Limonada thing, but then last I heard that thing was going under, so I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's like it's a secret. I don't think it's going to work out. You can't see, this is when I look forward to going on camera. You can see my facial expressions. I always make facial expressions with this. I like making that, I don't think it's going to work out. Okay. Whatever. A recent episode. Okay, sure. Didn't she only do like, I don't know, 6 of those things and give up on that too? Sure. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. She spoke about the challenges she has faced. Of course she has. Always a victim. What challenges are we talking about? Asserting herself and overcoming her natural reticence in a professional situation. What are we talking about? Again, I get so frustrated because the words never match the actions. Have you ever seen her and thought, oh yeah, she was nervous? Her reticence to do anything, her reticence to go up, push Harry out of the way and put herself in between whomever he was trying to speak to. Yeah, she seemed really, really afraid to assert herself. Yeah, of all the things you would say about Meghan Markle, I don't think it's that she's afraid to assert herself. I find myself cowering and tiptoeing into a room, and the thing that I find most embarrassing, your husband, your lack of work ethic, the way you treated Her Majesty the late Queen, the way you treat Catherine, Princess of Wales, those are pretty embarrassing. What else you got? When you're saying a sentence and the intonation goes up like it's a question. Shut up. I do that. It's so annoying. Okay. And you're like, oh my gosh, stop, like whispering and tiptoeing around it. What are we talking about? When has she ever? She's so busy telling that damn soap story. I don't remember hearing question marks at the end of that. It's just like, when I was 11, there's no question mark. It's, listen, look at me. There it is. I miss you. I think this is hilarious. I'm here for it. Again, anytime we can call these two out for their continued awfulness, I'm going to do it. That's the other thing. I'm going to do a separate video about what's going on with the lemon rats, but that's their new trick. If you don't like her, why do you give her a platform? I'm not giving her a platform, numbnuts. I'm pointing out all the awful. It's not just her, both of them. I don't like when people just single her out. I don't think that's right. They both are awful people. They both have done this and brought this on themselves. They both need to be called out, and I will not stop calling them out because they deserve it and they keep doing awful things. And again, I feel like I need to stand up for Her Majesty the late Queen, and I need to stand up for Catherine because I don't know, I have a microphone and some people listen to me occasionally. So there, Catherine she's not able to clap back, but I am, and I can point out the dastardly duo and all their dastardly deeds. That's a lot of dastardlies, but you get the idea. So that's why I continue to do it, and I will continue to do it because what they did is so wrong and so disgusting. They're awful people, same old, same old. Anyway, guys, oh my God, I've missed you so much. It's so nice to be back. You guys are wonderful. Hey, can I say thank you guys for the well wishes? Thank you for everything. I did read your comments. I was not able to respond, but I did read them. Thank you. I'm feeling so much better, so much stronger. Hopefully the fog will lift soon. Almost there. But again, if you don't mind, it really would help if you'll go back and listen to the HG stuff. I appreciate it. Listen to the video on his channel. Leave some comments that you really liked my ideas. That helps. What else? I want to shout out my Patreon members, my executive producers. You guys have been so patient with me. I have not been able to flash your names on screen as I've been so ill. I haven't been able to add it to the end of my videos, but I will now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. You guys are the best bunch of flockers, all of you. Everybody here. Everybody's still with me. Thank you so much for everything. Give me some grace. I know you will. You're wonderful. As I enter back into this, I feel like I have a lot to catch up on. So I'm making myself more aware as I go and catching up on all of this. I made myself a promise I talked about on Patreon while I was out, which is before I would pride myself on, I never miss an upload day. And even while I was sick, I was like scrambling to do these compilation episodes. I need to knock that shit off. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to try to upload every day. Some days it might not happen, and that's okay. I'm still just doing my best. I'm still trying to recover. But I want to hear what you want to talk about. If it's more royal family stuff, I'm going to talk about that. If it's further diving into this Harry and Meghan stuff, I'm going to talk about that. If it's whatever it is, I want to talk about it. I've been kind of following the Blake Lively stuff. Have you guys? I want to talk about that. Hello, she talked shit about Catherine, so hard for me to feel sorry for Blake. What else? I'm trying to think if there's more stuff. I don't know. I'm just into it all. I've been laying down for 2 weeks. It's just so nice to be sitting up and having this conversation. Forgive me for rambling. Thank you for understanding. And I love you flockers so very much. Hey, listen, if you haven't picked up your Beetlejuice stuff, there's still time. Grab it. It's still up. Shipping with the company is always slow. So I just want to make sure if you're trying to have it in time for Halloween that you have it. I did see the new Beetlejuice movie. It was so funny. I really enjoyed it. It's not as good as the original, but it's very funny. Yeah. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I love you all. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.